actually got an email asking me about some stuff on my channel and asking, do you ever make simple food? And I thought, well, to me this was simple food, but that's okay, because I'm going to share with you a family recipe that's simple and really good. Okay, so people said they wanted something simple. I'm going to give you something simple. We're going to do pork chops in the oven with a cream sauce. It's really, really simple. So right here with me are the only ingredients that you need. I've got some center cut pork chops. I actually found these on sale at Sam's, a huge container of them, or flat of them, for like $9. So I bought a bunch and put them in the freezer. I've got a can of good old Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. Now, if you don't want to use the name brand, use whatever. I just happen to think it has better flavor. I've got some minced garlic. You guys know I love this stuff. If you watch my channel, I think it's fantastic. I just bought some of this at Sam's the other day in a huge container also. I've got an onion. We're going to use about half of an onion. I've got about a half a dozen just plain old russet potatoes like the one I just dropped on the floor. And I've got some parsley, some oregano, and some salt and pepper. Other than that, all you need is a baking dish and an oven. Let's get started. First thing to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees and get yourself a 9 by 13 baking pan. It doesn't have to be a glass pan. You can use a metal pan if you like. And then just spray that pan with a little bit of cooking spray. Really doesn't matter what kind either. You don't need very much, and that's about all it's going to take. Go ahead and peel your potatoes. We're going to slice them into thin slices. I'll show you what to do next. The next thing we're going to do is cut our potatoes. And all you want to do is just cut them kind of like this, into slices. They don't need to be real thin, but you also don't want them super thick either, because these are just going to go in the pan and make a layer across the bottom. Once you've got the bottom covered, just go ahead and put a second layer on there and cut as much potato as you need to completely cover that pan so you don't see the bottom of the pan at all. Now what we're going to do is cut a little bit of the onion. And I'm just going to chop this onion up. Throw that chopped onion in there. And you can put as much onion as you like, or as little, or if you don't like onion, none at all. I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic. Maybe a couple of cloves worth. Again, as much garlic as you like, or as little, or none at all. Now go ahead and lay in your pork chops right onto your dish. I'm going to move this over so you can see what I'm doing. And 3 good sized chops are going to cover that up pretty well. If you got smaller chops, use a couple more pork chops. Some pepper. And some salt. A little bit of parsley. A little bit of oregano. Now, one other thing you might consider adding to this after we put the cream and mushroom soup on it, you might consider a layer of cheese over the top. If you like that cheesy flavor, absolutely do it, but don't feel like you have to. So all I'm going to do now is open this can of mushroom soup and add about a half a can of water to it, beat it together, and just pour it over this. Point, just take a spatula and just kind of smooth this out so you're covering all the surface. And like I said, if you want to add a little cheese at this point, perfectly fine to do so. Alright, once you've put the mushroom soup over the top, if you want to add some cheese, feel free. I like cheese, so I generally put some cheese right over the top. But if you don't want the cheesy flavor, don't feel like you have to do it. Just adds a little bit more to the dish. That's all there is to it. This is going to go in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Okay, it's been in the oven for an hour. It's time to take it out and take a look. There it is. You can see the cream and mushroom soup is boiling still. The pork is done. Everything should be done underneath, including the potatoes that actually cook in the sauce. So as I serve this, all I'm going to do is take one of these hunks of pork chop, set on the plate, and then set some potatoes aside it and just let some of the sauce roll over it. And I generally like it with green beans. I'll show you what it looks like. Just grab one of the pork chops, set it on there. Get some of the potatoes. And they will be falling apart in here. Generally speaking, you just grab the potatoes that are sitting under the pork chop that you served. That should be plenty. And then you can add a little of this sauce over the top, but I like to put some green beans on there before I do that. But we'll go ahead and just put the mushroom sauce right over the whole thing. Let it kind of drizzle down. And then we'll add some beans to it and you'll see the final product. So there's my plated up product. I cracked a little fresh pepper over the top just to give it a little look and also some seasoning. Doesn't get a whole lot easier. Look, I was asked for simple food. I don't know that there's anything I've cooked that's much more simple than that. But man, is it good. Give it a try. Roast pork chops in the oven with mushroom gravy. As always, like, share, and subscribe. If you have something you'd like me to cook, let me know. The beer is brewing behind me. It's bubbling like crazy, so it won't be very long till Flocktoberfest. Have a good day.